exact same record. And conversely, they don't take into consideration. They take into consideration head-to-head for the Oregon-Ohio State deal.
Turn right onto West Huron Street.
You could argue and make a compelling argument that Ohio State is
much better
now than they were in September.
Yes.
Okay, but the Michigan State game was a week
straight.
ago. How can you make that same argument? Look, I'm a Michigan fan. To me, if I was a Spartan fan, I'd be
irate,
pissed.
Yeah.
Irate, whatever word you want to use, but you know what? It's not going to make a difference. Just take care of business, and who cares?
Well, I think Spartan fans have a legitimate gripe. I don't think head-to-head competition should mean something, especially when it's only, let's see, at this time yesterday was 9 days.
Yeah.
It should matter. And I've been a proponent of Oregon should be ahead of Ohio State because they won. And for them, it was even, I think, bigger because it was in Columbus. Now, Michigan State won at home, and I think in this game, it's irrelevant.
Right.
And Michigan State flat out won that game.
Yes.
And they should be, if it's 6 weeks, a team changes in 6 weeks because you have different things that affect a team. But in 9 days,
so if you're on that committee,
and it's not like
if you're on that committee, you're right. Michigan State ahead of Michigan.
100%. It's Michigan. Michigan State earned that right. They should be at 6. Michigan should be at 7. And I don't know how that's possible. And it's not like Michigan went out and won the Orange Bowl. No. I mean, they won. Right. That was it. We talked about that yesterday. But I think coming up at 6:50, the comments by one Gary Martin, Iowa athletic director and head of the college football spokesman, at least the college football playoff committee. I don't know how you do a short straw on that one. But the comments that he had, we'll read at 6:50. Those are the comments that I think people are going to have issue with. Most college football fans understand it's going to play itself out.
Right.
And you can be pissed off. You can do whatever you want. That's fine. But it's only going to last until next Tuesday.
Correct.
And then a new ranking will come out.
Right. And look, if Michigan beats Penn State, I think that's better than Michigan State beating Maryland.
Right. But then Ohio State, Michigan State, Ohio State play next week. There's so many things, but it's what came out of that committee that we're going to talk about at 6:50 that I think people are going to have issue with.
All right. Heather has news coming up next.
I do. Good morning, guys. I've got some major news to share with you. This year's sexiest man alive has been revealed. And it just...
You're supposed to let everybody know about you. 97 1.
How you doing? Judge, Dodge Jeep Ram. Is your lease coming due and you're unsure what to do next? Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram wants to help you. During the Black Friday sales event, tag one of the 500 new vehicles being built right now, or you can build one of your own custom vehicles and take delivery in as little as 3 weeks. But here's how you do it. It's called custom ordering your next vehicle in an easy 3-step process called remote start. First, you select the vehicle you want. Second, you get to choose the accessories. And last, you submit your custom order and wait for it to be built. You're going to receive updates along the way so you know exactly what's going on. You can check the progress of your new vehicle. It's just that simple. All you got to do is log on to SouthfieldChrysler.com or go see my friends Bill and Tim and their entire team over at Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to get started today. Whether you live in Bloomfield Hills, Ferndale, Dearborn, or Madison Heights, you're just a short drive or click away from the best car buying experience you're ever going to have. Visit them online at SouthfieldChrysler.com. That's SouthfieldChrysler.com. And remember, all roads in all towns lead to Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram at 11.5 and Telegraph.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center. No accidents on the drive this morning. Pretty clear on most of the freeways, although be prepared for some heavier traffic at the border crossings as border restrictions have been lifted. Coming up today, 75 northbound at M59. A left lane closure is scheduled for road work. That'll be today and tomorrow between 9 and 2. Also some construction for 75 northbound at Ortonville Road, a right lane closure. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a
will get $50 too. Just invite them using your exclusive referral link, which can easily be found when you tap the refer icon. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just sign up with the promo code Doug this week for the Rams take on the 49ers, and new users will get $150 on a $5 bet. Remember to use the promo code Doug so they know that we sent you. Must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer market. Maximum bonus $150. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem call 1-800-270-7117. Confidential help. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official partner of 97.1 The Ticket.
Don't miss See Better Drive Safer Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 gift card after daily rebate when you purchase a pair of select wiper blades. Our professional parts people will even install them for free. Plus, earn triple Owen Awards points. Get ready for the weather ahead during See Better Drive Safer Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Marcus by Goldman Sachs offers personal loans with no fees, ever. Banks offer coffee. So what's more important? A Marcus by Goldman Sachs loan with no fees that could help consolidate debt, or bank coffee that tastes like bank coffee. You got money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing from Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Brokerage and investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs & Company, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Lending and deposits products provided by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member FDIC.
BC Powder knows life pushes us to the max. Work to the max. Family to the max. It can all mean pain to the max. So BC introduces new BC Max Strength. New BC Max relieves tough headaches and body pain at the speed of powder. Nothing stronger on pain without a prescription. Pain to the max. New BC Max. In a great tasting lemonade flavor. Let your voice be heard. Call the D-Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. The D-Las Vegas. The home for Detroit sports in Vegas. Basketball because of Phillies. What a catch!
Detroit Lions face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lions game day begins Sunday at 10. Live from the MGM Sports Lounge at MGM Grand Detroit on 97.1 The Ticket.
Like we mentioned, the wins over the Edmonton Oilers 4-2 last night at the LCA. They're back in action tomorrow night against Washington. Tonight, by the way, the Pistons take on the Houston Rockets, national television. Cade Cunningham versus Jalen Green.
Oh, here we go. Head to head.
I bet you Green has more points. We'll see. About 2 minutes. He'll probably have twice as many shots, too.
Yeah.
Michigan State loses at the Garden last night to Kansas, 87-74. Oakland played West Virginia, lost 60-53. Some action last night. Ohio U, TJ Lang in attendance. Beat Eastern Michigan 34-26. Western defeated Akron 45-40. College football playoffs were revealed yesterday. Michigan 6th, Michigan State 7th. Can't figure out why. We'll talk about it at 6:50. Here's Heather. What's going on?
Well, you guys, Michigan State University has fired at least 2 employees and suspended 16 students for refusing to get the COVID vaccine. So the school did announce back in late July that it would be requiring all students and staff to be vaccinated by August 30th for the fall semester. And then all students, faculty, and staff who refuse to get vaccinated or who have not received an exemption or do not have an exemption request pending were then referred to appropriate discipline. This is all according to a school spokesperson. 16 students have been suspended for the remainder of the semester, and there are others who are making their way through this disciplinary process. That means those students will not receive a refund for their on-campus housing or tuition, and they will lose credits because they cannot go to class. These students can return to MSU when the spring semester begins in January if they comply with the university's COVID-19 policies. Then there were 2 employees Dreams in Gold tour. No surprise here. They're from Frankenmuth, so the band will kick off the tour with a March 10th show right here in Kalamazoo. Then they'll do shows in Grand Rapids, Saginaw, Flint, and Ypsilanti. So if you're interested, tickets go on sale 10 a.m. on Friday on livenation.com. Plus, after that, after they stop here in Michigan, they're going to then hit the Midwest and then the East Coast, and then they're going international. They're going to Brazil, Mexico, and Europe. So good for them.
Absolutely.
That's pretty incredible for sure. You guys, there was a man who was shot during a carjacking in Southfield Monday night. Police say the man was carjacked at a gas station by two men who were wearing ski masks. The guy who owned the vehicle, the victim, was shot in the hand, forearm, and back. Police did say, however, that he is in stable condition at this point. And police actually didn't say if they recovered the vehicle or not. It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but they did say the investigation is ongoing, and anyone who has any information should contact Southfield Police. Oh, these stories are going to keep coming. I have these every single news, I feel like, but the youngest victim now of the Astroworld tragedy has filed a lawsuit against Travis Scott and Live Nation. Guys, this little boy is 9 years old. The youngest victim. He was nearly trampled to death at that music festival. And according to the lawsuit, this little boy was, quote, suddenly forced to watch in terror as several concert goers were injured and killed during the crowd surge. And according to the docs, he was kicked, he was stepped on, and he was trampled. And he remains in a medically induced coma, and he's on life support. They say he also suffered damage to his liver, kidney, and brain, which the suit says will impair his quality of life and ability to grow and thrive, which is so incredibly sad. And like I said, these lawsuits and these stories are just going to keep coming, I think, as the days and the hours go by. All right, let's get to the major news here.
miles,
The
turn right onto
sexiest
Fenton
man
Road.
alive has just been revealed.
John Jensen.
People magazine has crowned. Have you seen who this is?
No.
It's to me.
Every time I look in the
person.
mirror.
Actually, I should say, I saw somebody being interviewed yesterday on the Today Show. I think he's one of them, but I don't know if he's the. Go ahead.
Well, to me, this is a person, I think, an actor that everybody likes. Like a really, really well-loved actor. Kind of shocking that he's the sexiest actor alive, but it's Paul Rudd.
Really?
Oh, right.
Yes! Ant-Man, the ageless actor. Yes, it was Ant-Man.
I will say this. And that's nothing to do with being sexy. He seems to be one of the coolest low-key guys around.
Yeah.
I agree. I think he's somebody that, I think most people like him. You might not love his movies per
Right.
se, but he seems like an all-around nice guy. Like he
You ever
just
seen
seems.
You ever seen Wanderlust?
No.
No.
Yeah. All right.
I've seen a lot of his movies, and I like Paul Rudd, but I was surprised that he is the sexiest man alive this year, and he was actually surprised as well. Of course, he had some fun with it. He said that he knows when people find this out, they're going to be shocked. They're going to say, "What?" And he said, "This is not false humility." He said, "There are so many people that should have got this before me," and maybe so, but.
Did they say that the top 3 or 4 were who was in contention this year?
Well, not in the article that I printed. I had heard that Chris Evans was in the running. I don't know if he made the list, but I don't have the full list. I only have an article about Paul Rudd, but I can look that up for
Because
you.
the interview I saw during our show yesterday on the Today Show was a guy from Saturday Night Live, Brendan Yang or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah.
It said, people's sexiest man alive.
Yeah.
No way. I think he could be the sexiest man alive. I don't know. But he's pretty funny.
But beauty is all in the eye of the beholder. And
Yes, I know.
good for Paul Rudd, yes. So Thanksgiving is just about 2 weeks away, which is not that far away, but a new report found that there's already a shortage of a lot of Thanksgiving Day staples. So if you have not went out to prepare for your Thanksgiving Day meal, you might want to go do that right now, because grocery stores, they say they started to stock up early because of all the supply chain issues, but they might still not have enough to meet the demand. And there are 5 foods that are apparently already harder to find than usual, and they're big time staples. Turkeys, whole turkeys. Grocery stores have 39% as many as they normally would right now. Cranberry sauce, they're at a shortage. Yams, sweet potatoes, stovetop stuffing, or any generic brands of stuffing, and also pre-made refrigerated pies. So get out there now if you don't have anything.
Yeah, I was in the grocery store yesterday, just doing some normal grocery shopping. We had, like so many people, Taco Tuesdays. And it's unbelievable how empty some of the shelves are.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, just looking for taco shells or queso or, it's rice. That was one thing it was hard to find, just regular old rice.
Yikes.
I was out Monday night and noticed this too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
People are gearing up.
Like I couldn't get penne pasta.
Really?
God, wow.
I remember that back in the beginning of the pandemic. The pasta shelves were just empty. Like, what in the world?
Or just carb loading.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Heather. All right, coming up next, it's the Wednesday tradition. It's the Wide 9, 97.1 The Tick.
Here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Week 10 Pro Football Sunday, Indianapolis, a 10.5-point home favorite against Jacksonville. Total in this game is 47.5. I actually like Jacksonville to cover the spread here, not just because they beat Buffalo last week 9-6, but because the number is telling you that Jacksonville and a New York team in green, quarterbacked by their backup last Thursday night, are the same team. And I don't agree with that. I think this number should be under 10, Indy minus 9.5. So I think we're getting some value here with Jacksonville at anything above 10. So plus 10.5 is the buy point. If you can get that Jacksonville plus 10.5, that's a play coming up on Sunday in Indianapolis. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
This is how we reinvent banking.
Every week or two, your paycheck comes through. Steady like a stopwatch, easy to beat. But if your bank knows that your checks will drop like clockwork, can't they speed it up, huh? Enter Huntington, punchline please, where your paycheck's delivered up to 2 days early. Get your paychecks up to 2 days early. That's how we reinvent banking. Huntington, welcome. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply. Learn more at huntington.com/earlypay.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you. Or visit Cologuard.com.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Fisher is different? How? Don't you just ride the wave?
Nope. We actively manage client portfolios based on our forward-looking views of the market. In times like these, we understand that clients want proactive communication and guidance.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we get to know our clients so we can tailor their portfolios to their specific goals and needs. We even offer resources on Social Security, Medicare, tax efficiency, and more. Our primary goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
But you still sell
sell investments that generate high commissions, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, our fees are transparent, structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different by management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, the band is playing. They're not going to be fulfilling themselves. Maybe they'll open it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wide Nine Band, led by lead guitarist Tom Milliken.
Me and playing instruments? I don't think so. That's I have no skill there, no music. Like I can't dance, I can't do anything. I'm rhythmically pathetic, and I'm actually jealous of Stoney and his ability to dance and just have a good time.
Well, yes, to have a good time.
Have a good time. That's not
ability to dance.
I ain't winning Dancing with the Stars. Or Dancing with the No Stars.
Nothing beats you at the bat mitzvah when you were up in the chair and they were carrying you around. That's just priceless memories.
Thank you.
All right, on to college football. And the big news, obviously, the CFP rankings. We'll be talking about that all morning. We don't have enough time in this segment for that. Let's start with Michigan State and their pass defense. It's been absolutely their kryptonite all season long. It finally cost them on Saturday at Purdue. It appears Spartans' offense can hang with the Buckeyes. The question is, can MSU fix or put a Band-Aid on the secondary before they travel to Columbus in 10 days?
That's going to be very tough to do. Band-Aids, are what they are. They don't stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
They just really,
dam it up a little bit.
Yes, exactly. So no, it's a talent issue, and it's a young secondary except for Xavier Henderson, basically. So I'm going to say no, they won't be able to patch it up.
No, they won't. But there are some things that they can do to make it a little bit better. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the secondary. You can put more pressure on the quarterback. And C.J. Stroud is a young quarterback. He's prone to making some mistakes, and maybe if you can get him off his spot, you can get him out of rhythm. That's one thing you can do. And what I think Michigan State needs to do is drop the hammer in the secondary. Sometimes those crossing routes, hey, you know what, maybe you give up a play or two, but if you strike a little fear into some of those receivers coming across the middle, now all of a sudden it changes things as those receivers view that defensive secondary.
Agree, but you don't want to get kicked out of the game either.
No, there's a way to do it.
Right.
Use the right lane to turn on Defensive Road.
Yes.
All right, I think it's safe to say that J.J. McCarthy will not take over for Cade McNamara this year as the full-time starter. If Cade goes 10-2 and wins a bowl game, who is Michigan's starting quarterback next year?
Turn right.
I think it's still to be determined. Now, Cade will have the advantage because he's going to have the experience of all those snaps in live game settings. And we heard that from Brock Huard last week. Is the difference right now is in large part Cade's experience and being able to throw to a spot, being able to throw on time. JJ doesn't have that right now, but I think it's really hard to argue. There are some throws that JJ can make that Cade just simply can't.
Correct. I think it's going to be competition again. We talked about this last week. Open it up with. Now, open the competition. But you look at Michigan's schedule. They can audition them both against Colorado State, Hawaii, and I can't believe Connecticut has not gotten rid of football yet. Those are the first three games, and they open up the Big Ten season at home against Maryland before going to Iowa. I think those are the games where you'll see the competition.
Yeah.
All right, well, no, LSU and USC are looking for a new head coach. It also looks like the Florida job might open up. Tell me who is the 2022 head coach for all three schools?
LSU, they're going to get turned down by Tucker and by Fisher. So I'm going to say Dave Armada, who is their former defensive coordinator, is doing a pretty good job at Baylor, will coach at LSU. James Franklin will go to USC, and Dan Mullen is not going anywhere for at least one more year because they fired the staff, or at least some of the staff.
Yeah. And their offensive line coach had been with Mullen since 2001.
I know.
So that was a big move. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think that the pixie dust at Alabama has touched another coordinator, and Bill O'Brien goes to LSU. I think that would be a good fit for him. USC, Mike Bone came from the University of Cincinnati, and I think he's looking at Luke Fickell. I think Luke, especially if they get, left out in the rain, no CFP for Cincinnati, he's going to be on the move. And I agree with you that I don't think Dan Mullen is going anywhere, but if he does, look for them to open up the pocketbook and try and go get Mario Cristobal at Oregon. And the reason I say this is Oregon and the Pac-12, it's been such a struggle.
But don't you think Cristobal, because he played at Miami,
he would want to go
there?
Yeah, but I don't think Oregon wants to lose him.
Right.
And Phil Knight's going to open up his pocketbook, which is bigger than anybody else's. And I don't know that Miami can do that. I think Florida can come up with the funds.
All right, we had several head-scratching results around the country on Saturday. What one result surprised you the most?
There weren't a lot of... Oh, it's your turn.
That's okay.
First. Go ahead.
The one that surprised me the most was Tennessee beating Kentucky. Kentucky had been on a roll. They lost to Georgia, and it has been a free fall since then. They lost to Mississippi State. Both those games on the road. Then losing to Tennessee at home. I thought this was the one where they were going to get right. Mark Stoops has done a great job there. I was shocked when Tennessee beat Kentucky.
I think obviously the Spartans, the way they lost, might be up there, but I'm going to say a team that actually won. Bama only beating a horrible LSU team 20-14 just stunned the hell out of me, and it didn't affect the committee.
All right, same question regarding the NFL. What was the most surprising result in the NFL this past week?
It's got to be the Bills losing 9-6 to Jacksonville, and not just that they lost, they didn't score a touchdown. And I'm not letting my Survivor loss affect me.
That sounds personal to me.
I think the most surprising one to me was Titans-Rams. And not because the Rams lost, but because the Titans were able to win it by defense. They were able to win it after losing Derrick Henry. I thought that there might be a lull, how did we recover from this moment, but they didn't miss a beat. They didn't do great things on offense, but they did enough to beat one of the best teams in football right now, and that's the LA Rams.
I thought you were going to say the Broncos.
See, that's mine.
Yeah.
That game was 3-0.
I know.
I mean, that final score didn't indicate what really happened.
And by the way, I know they're saying McCarthy's getting a lot of grief, and he should, for having Dak in that game when it was 30-0.
Yeah. It's just stupid and pointless.
With his injury concerns? Absolutely.
Because there was
right.
4-score game, 4 touchdowns. No one. All right, so give me 3 things you want to see out of the Lions in the second half of the season. Yeah, we're going to have one line thing and then on the bye.
Yeah, I'm going to start with number 3. I want to see Levi Onwuzurike and Ali McNeil get better push in the pass game. I also want to see them be a little bit more stout in the run game and eat up some double teams. I just want to see more out of those two. Tim Boyle and David Blau. I would love to see some more of either one. And even if it's not, like, we understand the contract for Jared Goff, it doesn't mean he has to be the starter. He will be here, but which one of those guys are you going to keep if you're able to move on from and find a different starting quarterback? And number 3, I want to see a win. That's all. I just want a win. It has to be in there. Win a damn game.
Well, it's funny, John. We agree on number 3.
Making sure you wouldn't go the wrong way.
I want to see what they can do. That's number 3. 2, I want to see Decker and Sewell play together.
Yeah.
Play well. And number 1, I want to see clock management competence.
Yeah, I get that.
All right, many thought the 49ers and Seahawks are both playoff contenders, but both are 3-5. Which team has the better chance of making the playoffs?
Well, I looked at the schedule, and both play the Lions and Texans, so that's a wash there. I'm going to pick Seattle for 2 words, Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Ditto. I don't really know what else to say, but Jimmy G and Trey Lance, not the answer right now. Trey Lance will be in San Francisco. Getting Russell Wilson back changes the game for Seattle. And honestly, they're both playing the same schedule because they're in the same division.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's Russ, too. I mean, he's got a chance here to really cook something up and
well done.
Get them going big time. Exactly. I stole this from John's prep yesterday. Who is the offensive rookie of the year in the NFL at the halfway point?
See, I left the offensive line off of the things I wanted to see for the Lions this the second half of the season, but I'm going to go offensive line here because you could go Mac Jones, you could go Jamar Chase. They've got all of the components of a few games here that are really special, but also what you expect from rookies a couple down. Creed Humphrey, the center for the Kansas City Chiefs, has been unbelievable. I think probably, and now with Frank out for the season, maybe the best center in the NFL.
Wow.
He's been outstanding. He should be all pro this year. My hat's off to him for being able to do it.
He went underdrafted.
The destination is on
Yes,
your right.
absolutely.
6090
Great value,
Willard Road.
great pick.
And you're talking about inside the box, really. I'm going to go with Jamar Chase. I mean, he's just been spectacular. However, if Patriots can make the playoffs,
Mac Jones is right there.
Quarterback of that team. But I'm going to go with Jamar Chase
I'll give
right
him
now.
right now, Najee Harris for the volume.
Yeah.
And how important he's been to getting the Steelers back to somewhat running the football and taking pressure off Ben. All right, every team in the AFC North and AFC West are above 500. Which division has the better chance of getting 3 teams into the playoffs?
I tried playing the schedule game again. Everybody plays each other. There's really no advantages. Although what is weird is the Browns and Ravens play back to back.
Yeah.
I mean, or at least for the Browns it is because they have a bye in between. I'm going to say it's going to be the AFC North, only because I think those teams are better than the teams in the AFC West. That's it.
Yeah, I think the AFC West, with all of the controversy and drama going on in Vegas, I think the Raiders end up falling off. I'm not a believer that Denver is that good. I think they're okay. Chargers and Chiefs make it in. But I think the AFC North, I think Pittsburgh falls off. Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincinnati, I think, has a great shot of making the playoffs. When you have a quarterback like Joe Burrow, the way that he's played at times this year, I'm excited about what they're doing.
True, but their defense still, man, I think they're 1 year away still. I still think they got a great shot.